Oh, hi. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, good. So, did you do any more work on your painting from last week?
No, I've been working very late. I'm actually sitting at my office desk working. I'm just going to listen along.
No, really?
Yeah.
No problem, Lindsay. No problem.
And it's 8 p.m. here, my time. So
Oh, okay.
tells
So
you how
you're working and you must be tired.
much.
You're going, oh, let me pull that painting up from last week anyway. I gotta do that.
I did try to sign up for your Facebook group, but Facebook blocked the account set up. So I've got to work on that.
Okay. Yeah. If you can, sign up. Yeah, I can always send it to you again, maybe. That's what
No,
you.
they think my I guess because I hid myself from other searching, they seem to think that I set up like a spam account. So they've suspended my account until I send them a selfie. It's kind of strange.
Oh, okay. Wow. Those guys.
They're
You,
confused
you're
because
you're probably the
I
one spammer they caught.
don't
You know.
possibly.
Jesus. Okay, I'll put this away for now. Almost ready anyway. So. Okay, let's see. What time it is it? 7 o'clock, right?
Oh, 701. Bing, bing.
Hi.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good. Good.
Yeah, boy, kind of strange to be back. I've been, gone to down where it was 96 degrees for a week, you know, down in Houston. I left.
Woohoo.
That was kind of nice. I mean, it was kind of,
Mhm.
well, No, the heat wasn't too bad. I mean, I was running in and out of it, so it wasn't like I had to deal with it really too much. But it was like, yeah, a little taste of summer already for us.
Well, bring some back with you.
It's
Yeah.
coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Not soon enough, right?
No.
No. Anyway, hey, this is what we painted last week. I can try to remember it. It was a horse in a barn. Not sure it was a stable setting. Just coming in. Really, it went a little red on me. I think a little bit more than but it's one of those ones that this is an easy one. If I have any problems with being too red or anything like that, a nice little glaze on it when it's fully dry, and I should be able to get everything in the right position. Right, takes a little more red out of it. Just a little more brown into it or something like that. Nothing too much. Everything else is pretty good. I can be okay with. So now on to the easy one today. I know you guys have all looked forward to this one now. I came back. I've been painting dogs for the last 4 days, and so I wanted to come back. And I go, I don't want to paint a dog, and I don't want to, so I don't want to. And we just did a couple landscapes and that. So I said, okay, I've got to find something different. And this one popped up, and I said, oh God, I remember this. This is this is from this one little farm over here. This at the historical farm. They were doing a cleanup and on their lake, and this bunch of kids showed up for it. So I just took some pictures. So, and I can't remember. It's out here wet. Forget it. But we got a good decent shot. This be interesting. What's in his net and stuff, I don't think is really quite as important. I'll pull it up and we'll look at it. But what I liked about it was the lighting and the water and the green behind them. I thought that was going to be kind of fun to paint. So I thought we'd try it. We haven't done a person in a while, so it's always a little tough, but we're going to try to, not do full super range of colors. It's not going to be super realistic. We're going to go lend ourselves to the impressionist side of this, and then we'll be able to do whatever we want. I always like that. Do whatever you want.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
There you go. That's what we're going to do. We are on our own. Okay. First we have here is the black and white version. You can see how dark he is in this setting, which is really nice. I mean, this shape, really stands out nice from back in here. That's a big key. Even his arm here, you can see how dark those guys are. Those guys, really way down here at 9s and 10s and 8s. So he should jump out of there pretty good, and the lighting is really nice. So it's really just kind of like almost lit on one side, strong light on the other. Same here on the arm. It's almost, a little more tan on the arm, but, nice light on the shoulder and in the hair. So the hair, because you can see how that hair is. It's really only like, 3 brush strokes. It's one big one here, one big one here, one little one there, and then a little dot for an ear, and that's all you have to do. So you guys can do that, right?
Yeah.
Good answer too. All right. So yeah, we can see that how dark he is. Got light. There's got some of the brighter lights too to it. And then we have this nice, even though this green back here, you can see we kind of like it seemed like it was so much stronger and brighter and darker, um, darker, not brighter, but back there. But now you look at it and you go, it's really pretty light. That's really close to threes and probably fours, threes, fours here for this whole section. Even this, even these rings, these reflective rings here, definitely, we're probably no more than a 6 at the dark end and 5 to 4s on the light end. It's a little darker down in here because the reflections are closer and you're getting more stronger reflections from him. Well, that's about it. So values, we should be able to handle those pretty easily. Yeah, there are a little bit of some goofy things in here, but those aren't too really. I'll show you how to paint them, and but they are pretty, not really difficult as you think. Even with the rings look like they are always more difficult than they are. But it's really just getting one ring to go across and just following it. It's really that pretty simple. Just a slight more arc at these bottom ones, and then it just kind of flattens out, and everything back in here is just, just like that. There's not even that much perspective. I mean, they are pretty tight. You can see it right in here, pretty tight together. So it's not that big a deal, and you don't have to be perfect on them. If you're perfect on them everywhere, then that looks a little phony. If you hit a couple, I would say concentrate on these 3, and maybe these ones, and then these 2 small ones, and then just you don't have to be perfect on anything else. Just those ones. You can do it. You can do it. Okay. So, color version. Pretty simple. He's orange shirt, with a highlight. He got some dark bluish, and that's some color shorts, and then some really strong lighting on his legs. This one back here is pretty much gone. I mean, you just saw one color, and we pretty much can probably use that you're going to be able to use that same dark. We're going to make up for these shadows and stuff. We'll probably be able to reuse most of it going up his face and into his face. Really, the only thing that sorry about that. Let me get rid of that. I'm going to blow this up a little bit. The only thing on his face that really shows up at all, is that little hot spot on his ear, and it's just a little bit of glasses there, which pretty much cover up his little nose. One of the things when you get kids like this age, he's probably, around 12, I think. 1 second here. One of the things, their noses aren't too huge, so we got to watch that. But everything else, you can't. There's nothing else really to see a lot. His lips are just barely can see his lips. His eyes, nothing more than a scratch. So really, this whole section, doesn't have to be too much. And if you do need to get in there, you can always do a digital check type thing and get in there and get it exact, figure it, pretty close. So that's what I would look at. Okay. Let's bring this back around. Oh, shit. Sorry. What the heck happened? Okay. Second. What the fuck? Sorry, a little too noisy going on there. Sorry about that. But so yeah, I was going to talk to you about his what's in here. I don't see too much of anything. It's more of a splash. It's probably a plastic bag or
Looks like a
can.
fish to me.
A what?
Fish. Looks like the fish's mouth right there.
You think so?
I don't,
he-
it probably isn't, but that's what it looks like to me.
Okay, well let's make it a fish. A fish should be probably better than garbage.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, we could definitely make a fin onto that back end very easily. And
And
it,
big old fish mouth.
yeah. Oh, a big old, yeah, you got the big old fish open mouth there too. Yeah. Yeah. That's, it could be an alligator too.
Could be
It could be getting
a
alligators.
baby alligator.
There we go. So yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but we'll figure it out. I'm sure something in there. Nice little, some nice darks, nice little, you know, little reflections here at the bottom. And it's it's at least it's a simple little pose. It's not a lot of other people. And the background's pretty tame. So, any questions? All right, let's get over to our. I knew I forgot something. I forgot to. Oh me, my. 1 second. I gotta send my give myself my phone set up. I forgot to set it up. So 1 second. I thought I was doing really good again. I go like, oh, I'm right on time. So let's see if that gets here.
Recording in progress.
Okay. Okay. There we go. Better. Sorry about that. Plug it in.
Hey Jim, it's Sharon. I'm here.
Are you Sharon?
I am.
Okay, what'd you miss?
Nothing. I had a phone call. I had to go downstairs, so I'm with you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Sharon. We won't scold you. We were, gonna mark you absent. You're lucky you showed up.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, we're ready to go. Sharon's here. Everybody. Hey, look at that. What the heck happened? What the is that better? There we go. What the heck? Ah, boy. Okay. All right. Simple palette again. Basic palette was what we always use. Some titanium white light or titanium white, cad yellow light, cad red light, cad orange. I got some, this is some gold ochre right here. but that's some pale ochre back there. So, you know, ochre. If you want ochre, I probably won't even use it. Oxide, red oxide light, alizarin crimson, cobalt blue hue, phthalo green, and transparent oxide. Back here, this is some cad red medium, left over from a couple of weeks ago. Still good though. Never know. Big brush for big ideas, right? We have some synthetics will become in handy for this guy when you start to do nice sharp edges, when you need the things around his shirt or his pants, or maybe even when you do the waves. These guys will come in handy. Bristle brushes pretty much for everything else. Okay. Colors. Off. All right. Darkest colors in him is the kind of his blue pants, his shorts. This up. And then pretty much his skin and shadows. Pretty much everything around him. Then you got a few things down in here, but those aren't too bad. So that is a blue, is it? It's not going to be blue. It's going to be phthalo. Phthalo and alizarin, right? So 2 colors, one phthalo and alizarin on the phthalo side. So I think I can get those pants to be a little more fun than just blue. And then one on the alizarin side. These colors also the reason I'm going with this color, because I know if when I tone them out, I'm going to get, when I add enough white, I'll get all these purples. So it's not just that I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and that way I can spend more time on other places in the painting, get everything off that knife. So I think those 2 colors will be a really great start for his pants. His skin is pretty much the next darkest thing. I don't want to do that. I'm going to do his hair probably first. Let's get a few other colors in here first. I'm going to go phthalo and oxide red light. I think that might be, see, that was on the red side and it was just a little red. I think it's reflecting a lot of green from the shadows right now. So this should be, yeah, that'll be a lot closer. Yeah, that's almost right on. Okay. So that takes care of some of his hair. Another couple colors I'm going to look for, but they're really probably going to show up more later. I'm going to go with transparent oxide and green. But I'm going to put the transparent out first and then add a little bit of green to it, because I don't want it to go too fade away too quick. So I'm going to take it easy on it. So I'll have one warm one and one green one. I was thinking maybe this might be able to get in here. It'd be some crevices, could be some things. It might even get into it might really get into its legs, shadows. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I'm not crazy. Who knows? And then I'm gonna need some greens and more greens. Light greens. But we're gonna gotta get the main green from it first, which would be probably, I'm just gonna go with Cad Orange and Phthalo Green. A lot of Cad Orange on this one side. Really, really Cad Orange. This is probably would be right there, should be my green side almost. Yeah, maybe not. That's good. Good. Okay. We do need a little bit more green showing up here and there. So that'll be in there. Okay, good. Okay, we'll leave it there. So we have one on the green side, one on the orange side. If I wanted to go a little bit more orange, that's great. Now that we're in the orange, we'll talk about skin tone and shirt. As you can see, orange does not get very close to anything. It might get in the hair, and it doesn't get anything there. So we are going to look at some other oranges. I'm going to go with one of my favorite regular oranges, which would be alizarin and Cad Yellow. Light, one on each side. This might get really close to get pretty close to his skin color. But also I'm thinking maybe it might even get his shirt. So if it does get his shirt, I will be definitely mixing up a different color of orange for his shirt then, because I don't want him too close. Okay. That's on the orange side. That's definitely going to be in the skin. Let me see this one. I'm going to maybe leave this one a little more alizarin, I thought. No, I'm going to go more yellow. Okay. Definitely not right. That's good. We'll need to gray it down a little bit. Usually gray it down, just a touch of blue to it. That looked like that was blue, but boy, as soon as it hit, it looked like that was phthalo. Because it's right next to my phthalo. So I'm going, did I mix up some phthalo in there somehow? But I think it's just, yeah, it's just the blue reaction to it. Hitting the yellow, Cad Yellow. So these have a few colors in them now. All right. These colors, when they get taken down to the next line, I'm gonna try and go for more closer to the real skin tone. What I need now to do is get a few more skin tones built up here for his face and some of these darks. I'm gonna go with transparent oxide. So that was really kind of nice up there. I thought maybe that could be it. But I think with a Cad Red Light mixed in, a little bit of it, might get me over the edge here. I'm thinking that really dark kind of things here. Just a little too much red showing through. Kill the red. I gotta put in some green. I'm gonna go touch a green to it, just a touch. So basically, I could have used that color and just used Cad Red into it. Would have been fine, probably. Yeah, it's really pretty close. So I'm gonna push the more Cad Red into these colors. We'll be going over the colors too, so it's not a huge thing yet. But that'll be nice. We'll see what happens too. Maybe we'll get something interesting out of this that I didn't expect, like a really cool new skin tone. That's red and stuff. Just when we get to the white side, we're just going to add very little bit of white to this area, these colors, and we'll see what happens. Okay. So I think I got pretty much everything. Well, I'm gonna go try one more time for this. Like I said, this orange, just in case. We'll mix it up. We're just gonna go with oxide red and orange. Cat orange and oxide red light. We will see. One of these guys will hit, and then if I said, just don't want the skin tone and the orange shirt to be the same. So we'll flop them around. And if these guys need to be darker, we'll figure out some things real quick. So I'm going to take all these colors down, split them up, and take them to, what value down in here? Probably 7 would be a nice mid-tone. 7 will do it. Then we'll have to do some highlights. That would be really interesting. Really, interesting. So, we'll see if we can get these colors out of here. So these guys are split around. So I said, just add enough white to get these guys to about a 7. This is the phthalo side. 7, 8, 9 right now. We'll take me to an 8, and this will take me to a 7. Pretty much. This is a little green on the thing. It might not show up too much in here, so I might have to interject some alizarin into it. So it's not too far on the phthalo side. This is on the alizarin side. And looks very purple there. Go over here, it does, look it up, it hits really hard right down by his feet. Right down by his feet, this color hits really good. It's in place for you guys can see it. So this color over here, this phthalo, just needs a little more red into it because it's just not gonna, it's not gonna be in there enough. I mean, that color's a little intense, so well, let's leave it on the blue side, definitely, but we can get it closer. I would rather have it closer to this purple than that. There we go. Bingo. You got anybody who had that on their card? All right. Just keep these two really kind of close. That way, when we do the water areas and stuff, we can, have some fun and mingle. These guys can mingle really nicely down here in the bottom, really quick, and be fun. Simple mix, simple things. Just keep it simple. Okay, next one: phthalo oxide, oxide light, and phthalo green. Let's see what happens here. We had enough white to take it to about a 7. Here we go. Definitely got the hair. I might have got, this is the thing is this color muted and everything. Maybe if I'm a good boy, And I'll be able to add some, I'll have paint left over and I can add some cad red to it and stuff. Maybe I'll get lucky and get a real interesting skin tone out of it. That, it's not, like your normal colors. This definitely, I told you, was going to be the hair up there. Definitely hits the hair. This could hit the bottom part of the hair, the warmer sections. So it'll be a nice twist. This is the transparent oxide and green on the red side. Definitely hit the hair again. Might be able to get it into some skin tones. That's why I came back down here and put the cad red into it. So I saw this and I said, well, that could be really cool. That might be it. But maybe not. Like I said, it could be definitely it. That could be definitely into the arms. Really close. So I'll find there's going to be a few places for that, maybe. Phthalo, green and cad orange. Okay, enough white. I'm looking for this one behind his head. So this might go a little bit lighter than the 7 we were shooting for. Because, well, this color with the orange lightened it up enough that we can probably shoot farther. Well, that's pretty good there. So I'm going to save a piece of that. I'm just going to save that. Okay, forget it. Forget what I was just saying. And let's take this guy down. And this one might be a nice, this is where I was shooting for back in here. As you can tell, I hit a few spots. This is the value. So what's going to happen here is I'll probably do a mixture of these two together, and I'll get that green out of there easy. So I'm just going to take the two of these together. That green's strong. He has some strength. Just really close, just a value now. Add some white to it. I should get really close to, as long as I get up there. Maybe I'll take it and add some yellow to it and stuff like that. Yeah, real close. Another value, one more step. I'm going to cheat it too, because I would rather have it on the lighter side. I've been painting them just because of myself these days. I know I've been having a little issues being a little dark, so I'm going to hedge my bet and go a little light, which is not right there. It's still dark. That's a lot of white I just put in there to get that. You can see. Add some yellow to it to warm it up. So these two, so maybe I got an extra pile out of here. So so these guys have a little bit of fun. So I'm not too stuck with a too simple of a thing back there. I'll have like 6 colors here to play with. That'll work. I guarantee that will work. But if it's not, you guys can have your money back. I can talk to my wife about that, though. So take these to a 7. These reds. Let's see. How are we? Pretty light. That's really already up to right to 5. So I'm going to stay right there then. Definitely, you can start to see it get in here, into this area here. This is what I thought was going to happen, because I'm going to get really close to that shirt, right? And you won't be able to get this, separate his face from the shirt. So that's why I called it. So we'll see. Maybe we can use we can move this up back to this shirt area, which you, as soon as I start to hit this yellow side of this thing enough with white, I'm just going to go down here and just put a bunch of white together and that color together, and pretty much, yeah. So these colors could be definitely for the shirt. These colors are going to go for the skin then, probably. So I'm going to keep them not too bright, but they are warmer, which is good. That is pretty good. It's good. It's probably on this other side, though, I think. So pretty simple. That should work. Yep. This is a little cooler. Well, so that was oxide red, light, and orange. Good. I got a few colors. I'm not going to be, stuck mixing anything. So I'm going to lighten these guys all up one more step because I need to get highlights on legs and arms and hair and water. So these guys are pretty good for the water, most of the water and darks, pretty good. But I'm going to take, definitely take these alizarins and phthalo greens pieces and get those guys over here. Probably with these guys too, a little bit of the oxide red and green too. I'll take them all. What the heck. Okay, so I'm gonna take these guys down here, and we're just gonna make them values of probably 3s and 4s, probably. So I'll take pieces of each one of these guys. See what kind of highlights I get. Maybe I'm wrong about the shirt color. Maybe it's, that could definitely, if I put blue into this color or some phthalo green, some like grayed out thing, definitely hit that shirt. But this could be skin tone. That's what I was thinking. It is a nice, simple skin tone color. But it's too close. We'll see, take the shirt over the skin color, right? The skin tone, because it's really all shirt. The skin color is hit with so much highlight and shadow that it's not a big deal. But here we go. I got it. Okay. Good. So I'm going to stay with these warmer. I'm going to keep the kid skins warmer and the shirt cooler. So these should work out pretty good. I might even put a more alizarin into that one then. Take these highlights up and never know. I might use this for the highlight for the skin though. I mean the brighter stuff. You don't really, they're pretty separated. But oh wow. Oh, I hit it. Okay, well I can use these. I'll use these guys for the shirt. See, you never know. Just play along and it will come. We'll get there. That's the shirt. That's definitely the shirt. Cool. So the shirt was basically a oxide red light and cat orange. So if I need to warm it up, it's going to be I could add some cat red to it or something like that, or darken it up. I might even put some alizarin in or use that as my dark. Because I definitely, if I put some alizarin in, that will keep it really rich. No, I can't even darken it in. I was thinking back in here. Not really doing it. Never mind. Okay. Gonna take these guys up to this light up here. So these guys gotta step up about to 2s. So that's a lot of white. I got there pretty quickly though. Really, really quickly. I always find that the alizarin side of these two colors, phthalo and the green, phthalo green and the alizarin, kind of always find the alizarin side is a little cooler, and so it kind of just sits back a little bit farther than the phthalo side. Even when they get to this high key, and you can almost see the blue really popping out of the phthalo side, and this guy turning a little grayer. So that's always good. See, there we go. Oh man. Oh man. We're good. All right. These are the oxide, again, oxide red and white and phthalo. Definitely in there. Now let's see what these guys do. I figured maybe it might get into the hair. That's what I was thinking. But we got a few colors to play with. You know, the values are really good. Good changes. And go. We'll see. All right. There are our colors. I don't even think I'm going to use make any specialty colors, so there's really no giant highlights or anything like that. So we'll go through the colors here. I was thinking for his pants and some of the darker areas and into the water. Phthalo green and the alizarin here. Also into the water, taking it to about a 7, and then taking it over here to about a 3 with more white. Really all over that water. Up here we have oxide red and phthalo green. And we mix it up and it came down, and this is a pretty good mix. That's a nice gray. That's red gray. That's really nice. You bring them down in here and really whiten them up. They look good. They look good. They have a nice feel to them. Nice, almost pastel-y feel down in here. And then you get the richness of the oranges, and then you get the coolness and warmth showing through there. Nice. This is transparent oxide and phthalo green. Barely put any really in here. Probably could have put just a smidgen more to separate these guys out of here. Doesn't take much to make it go green, but what the heck. And over here, so these are, this is the green side, this is the red side coming down in here. This should be on the green side. That'll be the red side. Just in case, you know, I was thinking hair. I mean, there's some highlights in the hair. Really nice, should be a nice spot. Then we got phthalo green and cat orange. Really a lot of orange over here on this side. Bringing them down with white. Then another set of white. I also did a mix between these two because I was thinking this is really the color. It's really I need a mix in between. And then this one I took the mix and added just a bit of, I added a bunch more white to it after that. And then I added just a little cad yellow to it to, punch it up. Over here we have alizarin and cad yellow with a scratch of blue in it. I didn't do that. I didn't put the blue in these guys. I put phthalo green in this one though. Okay, so blue into it with white, and then lots more white. These guys are gonna come in handy. I was thinking, I know this yellow side here is going to be in a lot of the highlights. Going to be in really, probably hit his legs pretty strong, and maybe even into here, and might be even the highlight in the hair too. lots of highlights in the hair, you know. Hey, you never know. You can never have enough. Over here we got oxide, transparent oxide, and cad. I think it was orange. No, cad yellow. No, it can't be yellow. It was cad red. Yes, these are cad red in it. So it's really kind of interesting. And I put just a smidgen of green in it, and came down with some white and stuff. You can see the green side, and this is the red side, and white. Then I did over here oxide red light with cad orange, made a nice, really rich color. You know, it gets pretty close to this guy over here. But then when I put white in it, it started to cool off. And then I put more white in it, it cooled off again. I might need to put in a little more orange into it, but or yellow, probably just yellow would probably do it. It might even be just instead of any orange, you know, it could be just ochre, some weak ochre into it to warm it up for some of these areas back in here. Who knows? But that's how easy it is. That's how the colors don't need to change a lot. So then we got all the little white ones over here. So we talked about those. They came from all these guys, and we just made sure they had enough white in them. Made sure that they were keyed up with the rest of the light colors. So we should be good to go. We got our nice darks. We got nice midtones. Got a full house. So let's get busy. Got a lot of drawing to do. Tone wise, definitely you could go with a warm tone on this. I might go with an oxide, transparent oxide, or burnt sienna, you know, tone. Let's do that. We'll say that and see how it does. All right, let's get to busy. I got to turn my stuff on. Any questions? Oh, too late.
Jim,
I'm not here anymore. Jim left.
my microphone was off. I have a question.
Okay, I'll answer. Go ahead.
Okay. So when you choose red oxide, what is your reasoning behind red oxide instead of cadmium red or alizarin crimson? Like, what is it? What do you look for red oxide? What does it give you?
Oh, it's a neutral. It's a neutral. It's not too cool. Where alizarin is a strong color. It is a little cool, and for me, it's going to be mixing in with all these colors. So I'm looking for something that's going to, you know, warm up on this one. Warm it up a little bit. Keep it on the warm side because there's a lot of shadows. So I was going, that or green back there probably could use a little oxide in it, warmer yet, because the oxide, transparent oxide has a touch more yellow in it. What I would, so that's why I like it. It's a neutral color too. It's not like a too strong of color. Okay.
Okay, got it. And
Okay.
one more.
One more. Okay. What?
So I like how you're thinking you want to make the shirt different than the flesh tones.
Yeah.
And so you decided to do the shirt cooler and the skin warmer.
Right.
And so you went into the cadmium orange and oxide red light for the shirt and alizarins for the darks probably. And that's all because that's going to go cool. But the kid's skin, what was the kid's skin that made it warmer?
It's a little bit of the reflections and the sun.
Oh, I mean in the paint that you picked.
Oh, I was using a oxide red. I was using transparent oxide red and CAD red.
Okay.
CAD red
Thank
light.
you.
CAD red light will do it. It'll make it very warm.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. All right, here we go. Gonna draw it in. It's placement on this guy. I'm going with a little bit bigger canvas because I'm going, well, this could be kind of cool. I haven't painted anything like this in a while, so maybe you guys can see the strokes better or something too. Who knows? So here we go. So like I said, get rid of that white. I'll keep it a little. I definitely keep it a little. Don't let it get too strong.
Sorry, that's my cat. Jumping the paint.
Don't give me that. That was you. I heard you. All right. All right.
Oh my gosh, it was almost a catastrophe.
Oh no, she jumped in all your paint.
Almost. Oh, she was 1 inch out.
Oh,
I don't think she'll do that again though, because I scared the heck out of her.
she won't be back. All right.
And you're just using paint right now, no safflower oil, right?
Just a little bit of safflower oil. I just
Okay.
as little as I can get away with. That's really it.
Okay.
But then I'm still gonna wipe it in.
Right.
Just give it a nice tone. We'll see how it goes. Still got a nice buff feel to it. Okay. All right, let's draw it in. Definitely, I'm thinking about the sides here, or his rump is over here, making sure I got a little. I'm gonna give him and I don't want him. He's not gonna be in the center. Definitely gonna want him in the center of the painting, but I just want to make sure that I'm not too close over here because I'm gonna cheat it out about 3 inches for this side. That way, I got another inch. I can come over and I'll still be okay if I miss. Then place his feet. Definitely, we got a lot of arcs in here of the water coming in. So I want to make sure I have room for 2 arcs at the bottom before I get into his feet. So his feet will be probably right about in here. Give me enough room to get a few splashes in there. Okay. So I will say 1 foot here, other one right behind it. Okay. So got this mark, that mark. I just got to get the right lengths. Definitely his arm is, I'm going to just draw it parallel with the side of the painting a little bit for now. So that's a little bit far. It's going to bring it back here closer to the middle of the painting. Okay. I figured, but I'm gonna have to get his head in there too. Okay, so it's foot here to his waist. There, so that was about, I thought it was like a split about 50-50 after that. I mean, he's about halfway. His shirt here was about halfway, from the top of his head. So don't want to be too hunchback. That's the tough one. I think the tough little thing about this one could be, you got a little hunchback. So, flatten it out a little bit, I think. Get that length. And then you have the creases in the shirt, and you can see they all come from one spot. They all, kind of like a tree branch, it just kind of comes from this one little spot here, and then everything kind of just comes off of that a little bit. So a little more that way. Yeah, making sure, when I do legs and things, really thinking about both sides of the leg, knowing that there's the muscles round, and so there's digs in a little bit on each side, so it's a little round right there, even though it looks like a flat line. It's the muscle curves in here around his ankle. Now I'm looking at the negative areas. See if I can make the negative areas match up between, like, in between his leg here and on this thing, his other leg. If I can get those two to match up, it's going to tell me a lot about how badly I've drawn it out. That goes there. It comes back out here a little bit. So feeling a little short here. Yeah. That. Just looking at angles, seeing if I got, matching up angles halfway right. Sometimes, for drawing purposes, that would be good enough. So I think this one goes up a little higher. And then the head here. So even with this color, I might even, just tone that face. So I can start to see about sometimes just the shape itself will start to tell me what size it is. I'm close. Oh, there we go. Add a little bit more arcs into this. Shoulder comes out right. Yeah, that swings. I think I got too fat a leg here. It looks like I broke his ankle. So that. Just to help myself, I'm going to put in a little bit of darks here and there to with this color here to, to just to make sure I got everything going a little bit in the right direction. Oh, we got to do the fish in there too yet. Oh man. We'll see. We're gonna see what kind of time I have. I'm not gonna. Those are the little things when you start making them up and stuff. If I rush them, it'll take forever. If I take, so I don't want to do that. I would rather have work come natural. So I will, gonna take my time. So if we don't get all that part in, we'll talk about it. Okay. No, his leg just doesn't. Geez, I didn't get his kneecap come out far enough. So probably gonna make So half this one is really getting the drawing right. Then since I'm drawing at an angle, I should get in front of her a second. That would probably help it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Okay. All right. I'm gonna start on the pants because even though I want to get going on the face and skin and stuff, I think that's gonna come pretty fast. So let's start on that. Gonna put it in a few places I can see it. Definitely we'll start just a little in the back section here. This has the green in it showing through here. Sometimes you just need to fill in the shape. You really feel like get the weight of what's going on.
Is that your green and alizarin, James?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Green and alizarin I'm starting with, and then I'm going to go with the alizarin side real soon. But it just basically, I think of these pants can be this whole color here. Just really dark. They're not going to get too much love, probably even. Going to get for the darker sections, maybe creases, things like that. I'll go with the purple on it with the alizarin in it. Maybe for this back leg here, just to get a little darker. There is just a slight highlight there going in there too, back. Some reflective light, but not too much. So this pant's too short. Very close. I'm going to cheat them up. On the alizarin side, now I'm on the alizarin side. If I was doing that, I might even go in here and think about just the folds and that close a little bit, and anchor this clothing in. Redraw. Usually when I'm ready to do these guys, it always seems like I'm much as I am painting it, I'm redrawing constantly too, fixing. So tone out that pants thing there too a little bit. I don't get stuck on that thing. Not that too much. Okay. So I'm going to put a little bit of this red too. This is oxide or cad red. No, it's not cad red. It's a alizarin and phthalo. Put it in here at the water here at this right by the swirl here. This guy's getting to create. maybe a little greener right in here, but yeah, can't tell. Can't tell. Can't tell. I'm going to use a little bit of that at the bottom of the painting too. Right in here, I'm going to darken it in, the reflection in at least here. These being some of my darkest colors. You know, I want to get them in some of these dark areas down below, just to make the water come at me a little bit more and flatten out. Or else, you know, in a photo it looks fine, but in a painting we need to, you know, enhance that to make sure that that water flattens out at us, where it's gonna, you're just gonna feel like it's falling off the edge of the earth. So getting some contrast at the bottom of the painting, a little bit more than probably called for, but get it in there. I'm gonna go with the red side, still on the red side, and just, you know, start thinking about this swirl in the water here. You know, looks like and this is where I'm going to come into little things are always going to be, you know, making sure the reflections line up. Like right here, this one coming down and into this area here is really the arm reflected in here. These legs. Making sure that things hit right. Probably got this leg just a little long. Might even make this leg purple, a little purple into it. Like I said, we're doing the impressionist way of painting. We don't have to use perfect color. We're imagine it a little bit. So fun little darker leg back there. It's in the shadows anyway. Maybe put a little more green, you know, in this guy's shadow here and his leg. That green will come forward. The purple will recede a little bit. You know, I might even put it a little bit in the shadow areas up here. Why not? Why not? Okay. So he has a green arm. So, gotta shrink, redraw that arm anyway a little bit. It looks a little funky dunky here. I went too far with these. So anyway, I'm gonna put a little of that green too in this hair back in here too. And then I'm gonna look also, definitely, this is again phthalo green and alizarin. This is on the green side again. I'm just jumping back to it because I'm going, well, shoot, you know, I'm gonna get this in too. I'm gonna get some of this green in right away into the water here, up to his shoulder, right to his shoulder, almost that you know, reflect the shadow of the tree in the water here. There's that, and it's behind him too a little bit. So, not going to worry about you know, too much of the rings yet. But you know, if you want to start to see how they go and, you know, go around here. You can miss like all day over on this side. There's nothing here, you have to be hit on this side really too much at all. Clean up my brush, put some color back in here. Okay. Over here. So it's really only a few rings we will probably even be doing. So that's good. That's always good. You just gotta hit a couple of really nice ones, and that's all you gotta do. Okay. Soften it out a little bit. Finish drawing this guy in, probably even a little bit more. Getting some of these as we're going, just get a little bit more darks in right here. Like I said, I'm not going to worry about the fish. We'll get to the fish. Fish is a better idea than garbage. Changes the whole painting just for that little bit. Okay. And also when you line up things, like this, his pole or his net here, just make sure it's straight, sort of straight. Feel like they're not too low that they could connect somewhere in between. That's all you got to do. Really, all you got to do. All right, next colors. We're almost halfway done. Okay. This is oxide red and light and green. This is definitely the red side. Definitely the red side. Thinking maybe I can got that purple in here and stuff. Maybe warming up on the side to the back. Thinking, maybe maybe I need a little bit of shadow work. I'll probably end up painting this shadow about 6 times. Going, this color, since I got to it first, this color is pretty good. Then I'll go change it the next one. We'll see. Looking at these, what? He's gonna look like Arnold Schwarzenegger when I'm done with him. I usually I'll be bringing his biceps out and everything will just be popping on this guy, the little kid. I think I just got kept growing. His hand kept growing here a little bit. Went a little bit farther than it should have. It should have been stuck in right in this area. So bring it back here a little bit. I think. Got the bicep. Okay. Gonna go to the green side. This is where I was thinking was gonna hit in his hair right up here, the green side. I'm gonna make sure I have a lot of background to play with here so I can really push this head back in if I have to. Go back. That was on the green side, but I'm going to go on the red side when I get to this part of his hair. Definitely, you can start to, fit in, fill it in a little bit. So it's just a little greener on this backside right here. Maybe right here at the bottom too. Just right in here. Right in his bangs. Huge head. Let me see that. Hey, kid. All right. That's okay. That's okay. I'm going to go with that red. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, I'll leave it there. Okay. Color is next. I'm gonna think. Well, I still have a few spots I was looking at for this. I definitely saw some in the water here. Definitely in this twist right underneath here by his feet. There's some phthalo green and oxide red. This shadow here, I have a little purple and stuff, and definitely, it has a lot more green in it. But it is also going to be a color, really great color to, get in here in this swirl right here. It's right here at this back edge of the swirl here. It's just a little phthalo green and oxide red. All right. And then this front ring, these rings. They are very warm. And so they got a lot of red in them on one side and then a little green on them. And so that should do it. A little richer here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to cut to now this is oxide, transparent oxide in green. No, I don't. It's a really dark color. I think the red side, might be able to use it for some of these really dark spots in the shirt here, in the folds. So I'm just going in a little bit of the darks on this. This is a transparent oxide and green, but definitely. Should be able to get them in this shirt here pretty nicely. Some of the other spots. I'm going to skip down instead of and try. This is the same. This is transparent oxide with cadmium red in it. Just a little bit of green in it. I want to see about putting this face in right here. I think that nose is just going to be too huge. Yeah, this color, like I said, I was going to repaint this line here probably a few times. I think it's this color definitely. So it's the red's transparent oxide with cad red in it. Just a touch of phthalo green. I think I can get it in this back leg here, and basically it's the highlight on the back leg here. That color. Look for it back into his arm again. Got it pretty much painted the way I want, but just trying to warm it up now, especially when you see like these little areas like under clothes and things. You got a lot of reflective right here. You got a lot of reflective orange into his skin. That might be more cad red for us though. So, or especially, just in his cheek, right in here. So I'm going to leave it pretty dark and then a little bit into his ear lobe, into the ear lobe here. Just some red. That's just cad red mixing in with the colors. Sure, I got that ear big enough, back far enough. We'll see. We'll see. Push some cad red right on this skin line here, where the sun's just gonna start baking in here. So just get a little red, cad red, more cad red in my brush. Basically, just, yeah, same color, but just a little more cad red into it, especially for like areas like his hand here, going up into his forearm. Just trying to have in just in this graphic area of the shadow on the side of his hand, just trying to go from, you know, some darks to dark greens to some reds and stuff, and just have them twist around a little bit. And I have enough room for everything else. And I want to put the highlights in. It should really look cool, look interesting. All right. Well, let's see what colors we got next. We go to the greens. I got a lot of orange on my brush though. So before I go cut back to do the phthalo greens, which I'm not too worried about doing right now. I'd rather just stay with the oranges now. Do his shirt. Let's play with a few reds in his shirt here. I'm gonna put a little more alizarin in this color too. I'm gonna come down to the oxide red and orange mix I did here, and then I'm just going to add just a little more some alizarin into it to try to get some depth right here into his shirt here. So, and I'm going to paint it kind of flat, just break it up into really a big shadow, but it's also think about, well, I am hitting my some of my marks for creases in the shirt here, but we'll get those. I mean, they'll really show up when we get going. But right here, just going to keep it pretty nice and dark right here at the bottom of the shirt where it meets the pants. Bring it back down. So now you can really start to judge shapes a little bit better by size when you start putting color into them. And you can start to see like, okay, I could go a little, I was off a little bit here. I think I'm right there. I think it's just a little too far with that back edge. It's okay. That's good. I'm just going to get the darks in the shirt up here with it. So this color was, again, just oxide red and cad orange, which is really good. But I just decided to, after I found out this was really the color for the shirt I was going to do, just put this alizarin in to this shadow side, just to cool, because it's a cool color, and that is also is a dark, cool color. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking about right here. I know I put oxide red in there, and that was good. That was dark. That was the right. Sometimes you can get away with it. I mean, you definitely can get away, with it. Sometimes you're just not right. The coolness, but close enough. Government work. I'm really looking for it right into his ear too again, because it kind of a red in there, but there's a cad red in there, but there's a really dark, inside his ear spot. Always just looking for it, maybe, get it into the hair a little bit too. Okay. Well, it's not bad. It's not bad. If I go to the warm side now, this is the warmer side with the cad orange in it. Now, this will start to put pull that color back to where it needs to end up being. And it's one of the things. I'm not going to use like more than 3 or 4 colors on this shirt. It's pretty much one color. This is the next one. Pretty much the fills it in, and then there's the medium tone and the all light, and that should do it. It shouldn't be a ton more after that. If it is, it's just going to be little dots. Little spots of color, which nothing major. Okay, so next color is just going to go down and use the lighter ones I made up with a little bit of white. I think we'll see. This doesn't look like it might not go bright enough. We'll see. So a lot of these mid-tones, these things really right around in this area right here. See if it makes light enough. Yeah, it does. Could be just slightly warmer. This is where I said it might add just a smidgen of like cad yellow to it, just to feel just a little pale right here. Just nice, but so yeah. So what I'm going to do is paint around the shapes here. Looking for only connect to the back here. This is just that mid-tone. Pretty much, I'm not going to be going too much more farther. Probably just a little bit lighter in this shirt, and that's about it. There you go. Finally got So I'll take a little easier and just get these areas up here. Really, I'm just going to cut down to the highlight. See if I can get it. Add just a little cad yellow and white to it. Out. Let's see. A little more yellow. White. That coolness just kind of the right in there. Just wiped out the warmth and stuff I had down in my color mix I had. So I'm just going to be hitting. You see how I'm doing? I'm just going to be hitting those highlights. That's it. That's all you do. Don't go. And I'm not going to try to do too many blends. Just really just looking at, the shape of these highlights. Pretty close. Just got to come back around a little bit. All right. Everything else is really kind of cool. It's not much back in here. Just a little bit cooler back there. That was a little light. Leave it there. Since I'm painting highlights with my brush, got it, nice and set up for that. Let's go right into his arms and stuff. Those are really could use it. You can see this leg here. It's nothing too much, it's just a little soft on the outsides of the shape. That's it. I'm going to use this, jump down to, I'm still going to use a synthetic. I can make it synthetic, I can really cut it in here. Get that color in there nicely and clean. Might be just a hair light. Yeah. I'm just going to touch these guys together. Just a little small, back and forth blend the brush on the edges here.
Is that more of a yellow? Les?
Yeah, it's alizarin cad yellow on the cad yellow side with a lot of white. Yeah,
Okay, thanks.
yeah, it's a little more yellow.
Kind of keep it from blending in with the t-shirt.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah. The t-shirt ended up being a totally different. It was oxide red and light and orange. And
Yeah,
so this lightening up and stuff is fine. I'm not too worried about the highlight here. This probably could the highlight probably this guy's probably could have went more yellow, but I screwed the pooch there. No
I
worries.
think it looks good.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But these highlights in these arms and stuff, trying to just do nice simple ones. Real kind of, just see the big shapes. Don't dig into too much modeling and things like that. Just keep it really sharp. That was my idea. I was just gonna try to do that. Just keep it a little rich. Think about just a slight different color on this, so it'll work. So this color I'm using now, it is the alizarin and cad yellow thing. This what I'm getting down in here. This is again just on the alizarin side, down here on the bottom of his hand, especially on these back few fingers here in the shadows. These shadows here, a lot of red in them. And it's going to be that. It's going to hit there, and it's also going to be right here in the shadow, or right between the shadow and highlight of the skin here too. So just that red showing through. And that's almost without white. That's right here. Just using the white that I already have in here, though. Looking for little bumps underneath the knee, indicate bone, things like that. I'm using that color also for right up here in his face. And it's going to be almost the highlight in the face. That's where this is. It's really the highlight in the face here. The lightest little areas right here be like around his ear, not the highlight, but right around his ear, and coming up into where the glasses are, right up in here. These areas here. That's where I'm using that color. Maybe a touch of just a hair of white into it. Not much. I mean, that's almost too much. That was with like a 7. So it's really just keeping it. Right into the hair. Okay. Let's do the hair next. And then we'll fill it in with the background. I'm going to go with a bristle brush for that, though. See if I can do it with a bristle brush. Nice bristle brush, good size. What I'm going to try and do is, like I showed you, 3 spots. You hit it in 3 spots, leaving room in between strokes. I'm going to be using for the base tone this yellow, cad yellow and alizarin on the alizarin or cad side, probably with white to the mid-tone. I might go just a little bit brighter than that. Let's go brighter. I'm going to do the big spot right behind his ear, this spot right here. I'm going to really just lay this down flat up here as much as I can, and then just twist it down to behind his ear. And I use the same color. Maybe just start almost in the same spot, but just a little bit over, give it a hair in between, and just bring it down and twist it again to the other side of the ear. And then with a dirty brush, now that the paint's dirty, I can get these other little spots that come off here. But those are the three main ones. There's one in the back too here. Just making sure that you give yourself just a hair of darkness in between the strokes. Now that's the basic shape and everything in that. You know, leaving the mid inside here pretty dark.
Right.
Right. Okay. And then it's nice and easy, right? That was just so easy.
Yeah, if your name's James.
It's that's, and the thing is, when you do it, you leave it. You don't do it 3 or 4 times. You try to do it in one, or if you can get it in one stroke, it's not going to be perfect. It's better than doing it badly in 3 strokes. So that's where I'm going at. Shouldn't even be putting in that at this stage, because if I'm my drawing's way off somewhere, I'm going to be going to be screwed, which I can tell it's off. It's got to be off. There's too many, it's too squatty. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
But it's believable.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's all you want to do. You don't want to have to get it close. Hopefully you don't have to come back. You can be done. Yeah. So we'll go with that. That's a good reason. All right. Definitely thinking about maybe gonna be some real nice little things right going on and down in here. I can tell already it's gonna be real fun to paint. Where you're gonna get things that connect funky. It should be fun. Okay. Time we got here. Oh, we got plenty of time. We got a half an hour. Jesus, things you can get done in an hour, right? All right. Like I said, you bring it back my big brush, and let's get these greens in. At least get a block in for you. All right. I'm going to start off with the phthalo green and orange. This is going to be definitely on the cat green side. So I'm going to probably start right in the middle here, where I can see it really nice and strong. Maybe over here too. basically just get that, capture the shape, the dark shape first, and we'll fix it. I'd say don't worry about the real ripples and stuff, the lines, the rings. We'll get those. They got to come in after you have everything else painted. Well, these ones here are toned back, so I'm not going to worry about them. But these ones down here, these ones, we'll get those after we get the basic shapes and figured out, and I think so. And loose edges too. I'm not going to worry about too much about edges. Keep them kind of soft. Okay, that's that. I might put some back in here just to clean out my brush. Get this in here. That reflection of trees on the other side. All right. Gonna do the paint out a little bit and go to this is to the orange side. Gonna see that more a little bit in here. It's not gonna be quite as strong. I'm just putting this in to tone it down, but it needs this warmth right here. I see this warmth right in here above his head. Just a little bit more. Push that and soften those shadow marks too a little bit for the trees. Just on the top edge here, I can see a little more warmth, and that would be that orange, the orange side. Just a touch of it. And then I'm going to jump down to the lighter part of it. These are the ones with white in them. This is the green side. I'm just thinking I saw some of that over here on this guy's. A little bit on this side of the thing. I'll be putting in the highlights in this one just after I get some of these other things done. So now I can use it for a little bit more of the reflection on this stuff back in here on this water. Barely marks, just hopefully I'll get this water to lay down right. Okay. And some greens over here again, lighter ones. These guys they're gonna be closer to his face. I'm gonna start to get in here in his face. So this might have to go a little bit lighter than that. A little dark. Put just a touch more white into it. Again, phthalo green and cat orange together right now. This is just the kind of like the mid-tone in this stuff. I don't want to get rid of the warm. I mean all the stuff I put in here. Basically, this is just going to come in here, and it is really some of the highlights and some rings back in here. So I'm leaving that dark, warm, dark in here, and I'm just basically hitting a couple of spots like that, which are the highlights of some rings that are further back here that are in the shadows. The thing about rings is they connect. The ones over here follow over here too. Part of it. So follow them over. They will line up. You know what I'm talking about. Not be exact, but that's what they're going to end up doing. So all these little lines I put here is going to probably be about the same spacing for things back over here. That is, let's see where else. There's a few spots up front here. It goes. Got an edge over here. A couple little spots in the middle of this shape here to break it up. I'm going to just mark the ring here on that one. And fix everything else with the highlights. Let's put this one in too while I'm doing it. Okay. Just a slight arc. That's all it is. And you see, I'm not even putting them in with a thing. I'm just really even just lining them up, just going. You don't have to be too perfect. And it's always okay. Put a little green in this one down here below because it's probably reflecting this green here, the trees and stuff. It's just the edge here, so a little green, and if I can find it in there, there we go. All right. Now, those are almost to my latest, some of my latest colors. This is the orange with white in it, orange and phthalo green with white in it. Just comes across right across here a little bit. Soften it. This should probably get up here behind his head and stuff. Feels it could go just a little bit brighter. Here we go with a little bit darker orange here and just finish off back in here. Darkening it up, but by darkening it up, all I'm doing is putting in rings. I'm letting the rings darken in the whole shape. So base almost went back to the home value color of orange on the orange side here to put in here, like there, yeah. So just a few ripples going back here until it kind of blends out with this to this one back here. So a little stronger for you. Bring it down a little bit. And it's the same thing over here too, behind his head. So that was using the cat orange and phthalo green with white. It's on the orange side with white, but then it wasn't quite bright enough. So I over brightened it, but then, which was a good thing because then it told me that really I could see the ripples then and see that they were warm, and just saved me really what I was supposed to be anyway. So that was good. That was good. Got to be lucky sometimes. I think I got his head too big, probably. There's gonna be definitely some things to look at, but good to get it blocked in, and then we'll see what you guys got going here. Let me just put this color in. See, a little too cool, so it should be on the warm side. Feel that right in here. Yeah. Come down a little bit more. And it's just finding some of these highlights and stuff at the bottom here. Just follow the arc. Everything, as long as you put it in a, kind of a matching arc, you'll be good. Just gets a little tighter. I mean, a little bit back in here. The lines get a little tighter. Pretty much all the same size. Really close to the same distance here. So not a big deal. So yeah, your purples. And purples are going to be down in here, taking over on this side. Reeky. I say purples, that is again alizarin and alizarin and phthalo. This is the mid-tone version too. It's not the lightest color. So I'm using that, and that's working really well for this bottom area. So that's like at a 7. We're in between these guys. Really on the purple side. And then just find it over here. This area here is going to be kind of fun because I'd probably end up using my knife a little bit on this area. It's mixing up pretty nice. I mean, even with the, because I'm hitting some greens over here and stuff, it's hitting pretty good. We will see though. All right, that's not bad for, a decent block in. Let's see what you guys have been doing. I'll bring it in close. Definitely, definitely some lot of work to do, but I think it's going to work out. Here, let me show you one thing here, though. I was going to show you. I talked about this area here. Let me just put a little bit more color in here before I don't have to go back into it too much if I don't destroy it. Trying to get sometimes, a lot of crazy stuff in here and trying to get it in kind of natural without painting every spot, painting everything. Sometimes I'll just kind of fake it. I'll go back here with this is like oxide red and green. I'm going to just load my back of my palette knife up. Back of the whole thing, not just an edge, pretty much the whole thing. and I just lay it down. I'm just going to lay it down and pull it over it and just let it come off. Wipe it off and do the same thing over again. You know, to try to guide it into some of that twirl, and then just let it go. Just whatever comes off, comes off. You can see that it doesn't just like take over. You know, there's always going to be a little bit of leftover paint. It's not going to just cover it all up. It's not mixing. Sometimes you'll drop it in, and sometimes you won't. So it's a little haphazard, but it gets that feeling across pretty neat. And then you can come back in and, you know, clean it up. But sometimes it's just a nice little quick way to do that stuff, especially when you get areas like, you know, this underneath here. You can just push those dark areas really strong with the knife, and then just drag it back. You just gotta, you know, just gotta stop sometimes though. Gotta know when to stop. Oh, should know when to stop. Now, all right, we're stopping here. We're gonna get you guys all to bed on time tonight. Oh, you know, it's gonna be could be interesting. I will do a digital check on this because I definitely, you look that arc right here in his back is going to mean a lot in his size of his head compared to everything else. So, so I'm drawing off here a little bit, but let's bring you in. You can start to see what I was doing in the shirt there, in the back of the head, how he's trying to just catch it with like 3 or 4 strokes. I'll come back into that, when I know it's his head's not too big, and I can fix it. Same with his pants and shorts and things like that. But as you can see, what I was talking about right over here on the side of his head over there, you can see the lines of the water and stuff, how they go back there. And I was using those to even darken in that area back there with after I made it too light, which, I thought it was a lucky little thing, instead of, because I don't look too close at this point, and so I could have just put a lot more paint, taken in, it would have took another step or so, but I think I'm pretty good. All right, let's see what everybody else is doing. Turn on your mics, turn on your TVs. Did we lose it? We lost half the people. Well, we got a Sharon, Lori, and wow, Kathleen at least. Wow, did I scare everybody off, or did something happen and everybody left?
How many did you have to begin with?
Oh, it was a full house, at least a dozen.
Wow.
Yeah. We do have a bunch of chickens there. But Kathleen, oh, there's Lori. Lori came on. But we're going to go to Kathleen first and see what she has.
Well,
Oh, wow.
well, I
That's
don't know. What'd I
that's a
do
nice
now?
thumb. I like your thumb.
I always have trouble with this thing, but
That
I don't
looks
know. The
pretty
hair
good.
didn't work out for me.
Well, yeah. Hey, he looks like a bleached blonde kid. One of those kids who really has really strong highlights in his hair.
You fit right in these days, right?
Right. I mean, it's not, you got it pretty close. You got it pretty close. You got just, yeah, you got to, basically you have midtones now, to go in there and save it.
Okay.
So, you just, and they just try to keep the middle of the shape clean so that you do have a highlight.
All
And
right.
that the highlight is falling, on the cranium in the right spot. So,
Oh,
not just
okay.
up too far, not too far in the front, make sure, the highlight, happens in the side of his head. So
All
that's
right.
where it turns.
Yeah, I'll keep
stuff.
that in mind.
You already
then.
got the highlight in his ear, so you're confident there.
Yeah.
Just added that.
Good, really good job on the skin tone on the leg. That looks good. And his arm,
His arm's a little brown, but
No, I like his arm brown. I think it might end up being a little short. That's all.
oh, okay.
I think you got to the wrist and then you got the hand.
All
I
right.
think so. You might be just a hair short.
Yeah,
but,
the
you know-
hand looks a little small, doesn't it?
Yeah, the hand's a little small, but so I'm thinking that you're missing a little bit of wrist
Okay.
drawing wise. That's all. Not much. Green, all your colors are laying out really nice back there. The greens and the oranges against his pants and stuff. Nice job.
Okay. Well, I'll
That
keep
looks
working on
great.
it.
Yeah, finish that puppy up.
Well,
That'd be
thank you.
good to see.
Okay.
All right. Let's
Thanks.
see. We got Lori and then we got Sharon. Lori. Did you paint?
You know me. I just watched
Oh, okay.
and tried to do some colors, but I'm still got my.
Oh, your
But
bad
I'm like-
wrist. Oh, yeah. So you can't mix colors. Yo, what a good excuse.
I know, but no, it was wonderful to watch.
Okay.
Do it.
All right. You're gonna
Um,
do it.
Are you like, I want to purchase it too or whatever.
No,
all
I'll
right.
send you get a link to it. Don't worry about it.
Woohoo.
You get a link to it and then you just get the mixed colors and
And
It'll
then
work
I'll
out.
show you.
yeah, then you can put it on Facebook and we'll talk
I will.
about it. All right.
I will.
All right, Lori. Let's see. Sharon.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, wow. Oh, Sharon.
I'm loosening up. I'm a loose
Wow.
woman.
Fabulous. Congrats. That's gorgeous.
I got a phone call and had to step out for about 25 minutes. So
Really? You
it was
got a lot
probably
done.
good to keep me fresh.
Oh man, you move fast in that. That looks good. The colors just look like they're placed in there. It feels just like a really good plein air, like somebody just really put it down and moved, because they had to catch it. That
Well,
looks
the only children in my life are my great nephews,
yeah.
and they're like 6 and 7 now, and they are in the water all the time.
Ah,
And they have this color hair. They'll think it's them.
well, good for that. Good
Yeah.
for that. Really, man. I love the power of that swirl at the bottom just pulls that whole painting, everything around that painting, turns you around and makes you look at all the areas of the painting so far. That's going to be really nice.
Okay, I'll try not to overwork it.
I think, yeah, you got the colors. You don't have to
Yeah.
do even too much.
Yeah.
It's one of those things I'd say, keep it loose. I think beautiful.
Okay. Thank you.
Congrats. Good job. Okay.
Supposed to be getting better, right?
You have gotten really a lot better. That's beautiful. That's a tough one too. I didn't know you painted people.
Not very much.
Oh, well, I mean, that's I would say you probably have been missing painting people by looking at that one. So that's congrats.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody miss anybody? Yeah, like I said, everybody took off on this. We had, I don't know if we got knocked off or something like that. But anyway, guys, thanks for joining me on tonight. And I will finish mine up. You guys finish yours up and put them up on Facebook and see what happens. And then, next week we'll start a new one. It will be fresh. We got a fresh palette next week. We get to do whatever we want.
That's awesome.
We got this one. We got a person out of the way, which is really good. I'm really happy to have get some. People are tough, and it's really tough to teach them, especially over line here like this, because I can't, so much depends on the drawing and or value and color and stuff. But your drawings, guys, was really strong. you know, except for Lori's, which we will guess. We'll say it's strict will be strong.
I really just really didn't want to show you because it was so good.
Oh, she's good. You can tell a Wisconsin girl. All right. So yeah, next week we'll be back at it. I'll figure out a good one to paint. Anybody have any interesting things they want to paint? You can, you know, tell me and I'll look for something.
I
Adam?
will get
Okay.
you, I will get you that link for the France pictures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll do that in the next day.
Sure. No problem. That'd be fun.
Okay, great.
Yep, good trip. Okay. Well, you guys have a nice night and
You
rest
too,
of the night,
Jim.
and we'll see you next week.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
Jane.
much.
Good night,
Yeah.
See you
all.
later.
Night, all.
Have a good Easter.
Oh yeah, happy Easter too.
Oh yeah, happy Easter.
Yeah, it crept up really fast.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk?